The news bulletin reported today that a dangerous serial killer has appeared nearby, with 3 victims already found. What's terrifying is that before their deaths, the victims' exteriors and internal organs were severely damaged. The nature of the case is extremely brutal, and the methods used are exceptionally cruel. The police advise everyone not to go out too much and to be cautious of suspicious individuals. Outside, the rain was pouring harder and harder. Inside the room, the male lead, Jung-shin, was eating snacks while watching the news. There's more news about the murder cases. A massacre occurred in a residential complex, where none of the 5 family members survived. The case is under investigation, and the area around the complex may still be dangerous. Immediately after, another report followed. A skinning case occurred in the Kong Trang building. In Jiangbei City alone, there are nearly 3 to 5 murder cases almost every day. Jung-shin threw the snack wrapper aside and walked to the window to check the situation. The broadcast seemed to be subtly warning people not to come to this place. He guessed the media might be hinting through their reports that this so-called killer might not be human. But by now, none of this felt strange to him anymore. After all, he had already experienced supernatural events himself. It turned out he was someone who had been reborn, and to this day, he still remembered that in his previous life, he had died of cancer. One moment he was lying in an intensive care bed, and in the blink of an eye, he had become a wandering child in a strange rural area. While he was still confused about what was happening, an old man smiled kindly, patted his head, and said, "Kiddo, call me Grandpa, and from now on, you'll follow me." Jung-shin called out, "Grandpa," and from that moment on, the old man became the only family Jung-shin had in this strange world. He thought that his life would simply continue on peacefully, day after day. However, 2 years ago, when he returned home after going out, the old man was nowhere to be found. He had disappeared without a trace, not even leaving behind a corpse. All he left Jung-shin was a piece of paper and a savings card with a balance of 100,000 coins. In the letter, he said that the Song sect was in trouble and that he had no choice but to leave, urging Jung-shin to live well and behave himself. Jung-shin didn't believe a word of it, thinking it was just an excuse. What nonsense about the Song sect being in trouble. Even glitch cultivation novels wouldn't bother with such lines. Still, he was curious how the old man was doing now. After all, he was the one who raised him. As he was lost in thought, a piercing noise suddenly rang out from outside, making Jung-shin feel like he was about to drop dead. Furious, he cursed, "Damn it, it's 2 a.m., and you're still making a racket. Have a little decency, will you?" Jung-shin walked toward the door and looked through the peephole to see who the hell was making such a scene at 2 a.m. Through the peephole, he saw a girl pounding repeatedly on the neighbor's door. But the knocking was getting louder and more frantic. Was something urgent going on with Hon's sister?